Hello, children and young people. Today I am talking to you about taking responsibility for your results. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about exam results or test results or those sorts of things, although it could be. I just mean taking responsibility for the stuff that happens in your life. Now, this might sound really unappealing, but what about the bad stuff? I don't want to take responsibility for that. Stay with me, because I'm actually talking about taking responsibility for the good stuff as well as the bad, and there is some really good stuff that comes out of doing both. So taking responsibility for the good stuff and the bad stuff is actually very, very helpful to you. So keep on watching and I will explain why. When I talk to people about taking responsibility for their results, sometimes they don't like the sound of it very much, because it means that when bad stuff happens, you're also taking responsibility for that too. Sometimes when I talk to people about taking responsibility for their results, they don't really want to do it, because it sounds like they're going to be taking the blame for all of the bad stuff that happens in life. So let me first say that taking responsibility isn't the same as blaming yourself. They are very different things. When you're blaming yourself, you're going, oh, this bad stuff happened and it's not fair and it's all because of me and I got it wrong. And it's very depressing and it's very negative. When you're taking responsibility, that's more about saying, I wonder what I could have done differently there to have got a different result. I wonder what I could do next time to make the outcome even better. I wonder how I could have changed my approach so that that person was kinder to me or acted in a nicer way towards me. So taking responsibility is all about looking to the future and seeing how you might do things in a more helpful way for yourself, rather than blaming yourself where you're looking back on what went wrong and telling yourself how badly you did. Very different things. So here we're focusing on the taking responsibility side of things. Now, blame and responsibility, they can seem very similar. So it's important that you understand the difference between the two, so that you don't, especially if you're a bit of a negative Nelly, you don't accidentally end up going into the blame game rather than the responsibility for results game. That's the one that we're playing here today. I say all of that. There is an upside to not taking responsibility for your results. The upside, the benefit, is that you'll always have someone or something else to blame for the things that go wrong. It'll always be someone else's fault. So you'll be a blamer, but you'll just be blaming anything apart from yourself. It just doesn't make you feel very powerful, and that is unhelpful. The good thing about taking responsibility is that even if it goes wrong, you've still got power. You're the one then who decides, what am I going to do about it? How will I deal with it in a better way in the future? So it makes you feel powerful. And the good news is when you take responsibility for the results and the results are good, you're like, hey, I did that. And then you get to feel really good about yourself. So taking responsibility for the results that you get is an all-round really good idea. Taking responsibility doesn't mean that you need to be completely alone in your problem solving. It doesn't mean you have to do it all by yourself. Sometimes when people think of the word responsibility, they think it means me and me alone. Actually, it doesn't. Taking responsibility can also mean that you are active, and that you take responsibility for asking for help when you need it, or for looking for the right solutions when you need them. But it doesn't mean that it's all on your shoulders and only you can do it. Sometimes taking responsibility involves giving a job to somebody else and letting them know that they have now got some responsibilities, but that they're responsible to you and that they need to report back to you with results and information and evidence that they did the job that you've asked them to do. Let me give you an example. Imagine that you were someone that struggled with feelings of anxiety And you might think to yourself, well, I really need some help with this anxiety, but I do not have the skills to be able to solve this problem. Part of taking responsibility could be going to your parent and saying, I'm having some problems with my anxiety, and I think it might be a good idea for me to talk to an expert about this. And then you're giving responsibility to your parent to do some work for you and help you find the right professional for you to work with. Now, when you do that, if then your parent doesn't do the job, they get a bit too busy, they get distracted, they forget to look it up for you, the problem is still your problem, so it's still your responsibility. You're then responsible for saying to your parent, hey, you still didn't do that job yet, the one that I asked you to do. Can you do it? And if they still don't do it, so they're not taking their responsibility seriously, then maybe you can head on over to the internet and find some professionals, print them off or show it to your parent on your phone or your iPad and say, look, here's someone who's based in the town where I live that might be able to help me. Or you can even load up the mychildhasanxiety.com website where it tells you how to overcome your anxiety in 10 simple to follow, funny videos. And you can say to your parent, look, here's a solution. Maybe we could give this a go. So you're still taking responsibility for solving the problem that you have, even when you don't actually have everything that you need to be able to do it. You're still moving things forward by doing what you can. So what we're saying here is that you're going to be proactive. Basically, you're going to take the lead. You're going to do the things that you see need to be done, or you're going to find someone who can help you to do the things that need to be done. So you are driving those problems away rather than being driven along by your problems. And if you don't have everything that you need to be able to be responsible, you're going to find the right people and the right support to help you to become more responsible for solving these challenges. Because the more you do these things for yourself, the stronger you will become in your mind and the better able you will be to cope with the tricky stuff that life throws at you when life throws tricky stuff at you, which you can guarantee life is going to throw some tricky stuff at you from time to time. So we're going to keep being positive, and we're going to be taking responsibility, and we're going to take responsibility in a positive way by moving things forward and reaching out for help when we need to. And that's what responsibility for results is really all about for you. So if this was helpful for you today, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel, and of course, click the notifications bell so that you get notified the next time I upload another one of these videos for you. But for now, thank you all so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye!